Alhamdulillahi abdul-alim. First of all, I would like to congratulate the Islamic Republic of Iran on number one, its survival. Survived the war, 1980, 1988. It survived sanctions. It survived boycotts. It survived the whole world fighting against it. It survived French Exocet missiles, Russian T-72 tanks. It survived American satellites. It survived Egyptian pilots, Jordanian regulars, Egyptian scientists. It survived, we call it World War III. The Islamic Republic survived the whole world fighting against it all at one time, and it survived. And there was only one country in that region that did not fight against Iran, and that was Syria. That's why nowadays you might see Iran supporting Syria and its hold on reality and its hold in the defense of the Syrian infrastructure. Because Syria is only one man region that didn't stand up against Iran. So we would like to congratulate Iran on its survival. The other thing is we would like to congratulate the Islamic Republic on its independence. It's become a model of independence. Technically, a model of ability, and let's call it even freedom in that region. The other point is the export of the revolution. The revolution in Iran has given hope and inspiration to a world that was dying of thirst and lost all hope in Islam coming to a reasonable power and exerting itself, and could a system based on Islam survive in modern times. Islam has been proven in Iran to have the ability to survive and to thrive with the whole world working against it. Death to America. There's said to be several stages of life. One is birth. Number two is growth. Number three is decline, and number four is death. The American empire right now is in a serious decline. And that's one of the things we want to talk about tonight. We want to talk about the birth, we want to talk about the growth, we want to talk about the decline and the death of an empire. One thing is dying, another thing is taking life. And this is what we want to talk about tonight. The Iran-Iraq war was a defeat for the U.S. It was a defeat for Saddam Hussein. And not only that, the Americans came back in '91 to challenge Saddam Hussein, and then they came back finally in 2003 to destroy Saddam Hussein. But out of that destruction, people that used to be enemies of Iran became its best friend and neighbor. Right now, every Arbain, you can see millions, and I mean millions and millions of people from Iran, from Iraq, from Afghanistan, from all over that part of the world, converging on Najaf, Karbala. It reminds me of the early days of the revolution when great martyrs and presidents, Prime Minister, Bahonar, Rajai, Beheshti, and 72 other people were being martyred on a daily, weekly, a monthly basis. And that was a great cry rose up in Iran. Every day is Ashura and every place is Karbala. This is my belief of the assignment of the Islamic Republic of Iran. I believe that in this process there's been a diversion of mission, of assignment. During the process, some of our brothers began to think of the revolution as an economic jewel of that region. And since many of the foreign ministries and many of the places, many of the classes, the cliques of people began to think of the revolution as a economic benefit, they began to design treaties and discussions and talks around economics. That was the other discussion about resistance economy. Resistance economy is when you control your own economy, when you tighten your belt, when you carry on your business and you don't worry about nobody else in the world and they don't have no control over your economy. Resistance economy means you control your own economy. Now, we have all of this drama going on in the Middle East. The root of that drama is a misplaced economic and social paradigm. Number one is that we will be a great, number one in our struggle is economics. Well, if it's economics and you make treaties with the United States of America, the Indians made treaties with the United States of America, Mexicans made treaties with the United States of America, everybody made treaties with the United States of America. And you know what those treaties look like? The Mexican War, where the United States of America stole 55% of Mexico, and then it became California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, all of those great states in the West, that was a part of Mexico, right? And when the United States wanted to become an empire, it looked around the world and it saw who is close to us, who is weak, and who has power in our region. It was Spain. It was Spain. That's where Remember the Maine come from. 286 American sailors lost their lives in Havana Harbor in 1898. And they still say either a boiler blew up or they blew up the ship themselves, but America blamed it on Spain. Y'all remember that? Remember the Maine, that's what they said. Remember the Maine? Well, what was the Sixth Fleet doing parked off the Philippine Islands a million miles away when the ship blew up? The Philippines. You know, when I was a kid, you know what they call the Philippines? The Philippine colonies. Look into the old history book. The Philippines was a colony of the United States. Yes. How did it gain Philippines? What about Cuba? What about the Virgin Islands? What about Puerto Rico? All those were Spanish. Spain was a big, weak colonial power by 1898. America took it from them. You know, the people of America jumps up and down about, you took our American hostages, you took the spies, 79 or 80. The CIA, they used to have a thing called the OAS, something like that. Then in 1947, they changed the name to CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. The first two projects under the CIA was Iran in 1953, when they brought the Shah back, when the Iranians had put him out and they destabilized the Mossadegh government in Iran. They destabilized it. And then, after destabilizing, they brought the Shah back. He was out 1951 to 53, and they brought him back. So when the revolution happened in Iran, and they brought the Shah over here to go to the hospital and all that, they said, we didn't seen that before. That's why they took those people. They said, we ain't going for that again. We've suffered 25 years. You know, Americans, suppose somebody would have captured America and put Idi Amin over America for like 25 years. Think they'd have liked that? Oh no, I'm trying to tell you. America, you gotta wake up, America. You have to wake up, and you have to wake up in a hurry, because people that's running your lives are out to ruin your lives. They send your children and your mothers and fathers overseas to be blown up, and then they come back here and they're homeless in the streets. They're losing more American soldiers from suicide than they are from death and battle. That's the America. 1954, the Arbenz government, a socialist type government down in, I'll tell you the name, a banana republic. Arbenz government, I'll think of it. It was actually, Guatemala, that's it, Guatemala, 1954. Then if you look down there, you'll find United Fruit Company, Milton Eisenhower, and all of them. What are you talking about? See? So, the subject of Iran and Iraq war, Saddam was defeated by the Americans and made Iraq Iran's best friend. You know, and now America goes over there and try to tell Iraq to stay away from Iran. That ain't working. I want to talk about exploiting opportunities. Before I do that, I want to read from Protracted Struggle. Step 1 is about the Arab Spring, that it would be destabilizing. Step number 2, it would be temporary transformation. And tonight we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un, because the brother Musa that became the president, the Ikhwani brother, they wouldn't listen to us. Ikhwan came over here talking to Obama. Obama lied to him. Oh, don't you worry about a thing. We just love everybody. He went to the University of Cairo, talking about all this love, a love feast. And they believed him. We told them that man is a house nigger. Most black Americans didn't like that. I said, Obama is a house nigger. I didn't say house nigger. I said he's the white man's nigger. That's what I said about Obama in 2007. What did he do? How many niggas got killed during Obama's administration and other administration? They got more got killed than we had a rougher time. He's a nice guy. But he was just doing what he was told, that's all. There's nothing else. He was the president of the United States. Okay. Step 2, temporary transformation. It would be some show stuff, temporary transformation. And number 3, organizing of unity of opposition. Eventually, people would begin to unify. If you see the people of Iran, if you see the people of Iraq, if you see the people of Syria, right? Organizing unity of opposition. Even Yemen. Okay, this is 2011. Yeah, this is 2011, we're telling you this. The reason we're reminding you of this is because we're going to take a little strong medicine tonight. And if certain things don't happen tomorrow, it's going to get stronger. It's going to get stronger until we get the result that we want, or you hear what we're going to do in a minute. Organizing unity of opposition, semi-consolidation. Okay, Iran used to be by itself. Now, look at it. Iran, Iraq, Syria, Russia. And there are other people in the region that are friendly, neutral. Pakistan is neutral enough. Even Afghanistan, with the so-called Taliban, Iran worked stuff out. Iran is not stupid. In fact, the best diplomats in the world are probably, right now, this minute, are Iranians. But we're not addressing how good they are, we're addressing the point that they're missing. And that's our duty. Because all you Iranians is missing. You remember, 5 or 6 years ago in Denver, we had a program there, and I told y'all, I said, as of now, you, talk about Iranians, don't have no more authority here in America. It sounded a little crazy, but didn't nobody say that. I said, I am taking over the responsibility of the defense of the Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States. Why? Because they wasn't up to the job. Not the Daftar, not the way they was doing. They wasn't then, and they're not now. They wasn't then, and they're not now. And we're not going to sit around and watch them let things. Here's the thing. I went to the office several times, and they was trying to convince me on economy. I said, you didn't have a revolution for economy. Imam said, we didn't have a revolution for meat. We didn't have a revolution. Sometimes people was complaining about bananas or anything. He said, we didn't have a revolution for that. Tonight's lecture is assignment. Because as the revolution is in its 40th anniversary, people are beginning to visualize things away from the original revolution, where the revolution might have been the assignment of the Islamic Republic. Revolution. A continuous revolution. Not we have a revolution and we get a rest and then we build up our economy. No, a model of resistance. Iran is already a model of resistance. Let me continue here. Step number 4, regional vision. One thing about that area over there now, it ain't no one place. It's the whole region. Okay, now here you have the Negro outlining that whole process in 2011. That's what we did then. And the reason we're mentioning it tonight is to stand up on that to go where we're going to go tonight. Regional vision, final victory. So we have to exploit the opportunities, and now we're speaking directly to the Islamic Republic of Iran. In Iran, I've been watching the news almost 24 hours a day, and Pompeo and these other guys lie so bad and so surreptitious that the only people believe them is the dumb Americans. There is no European country, except maybe the slow British. They don't say we believe it. Nobody. The Germans, we don't believe it. We got to see something else, which means we don't believe you guys. Right? We believe it's so what they call it, a false flag. We don't believe it. The Japanese, both of those ships was Japanese. They were flying, taking cargo to Japan, I'm saying. Everybody said something different. What? I'm going to just skip and I'm going to go to what I'm leading at. Iran right now has a hook in the Americans' mouth. Yes, it does. Iran right now has the hook in the American mouth. Therefore, the Islamic Republic is making decisions based on only what they've been told. And the problem is this. Our brothers here and our brothers who are physicalists have gotten Iran hooked up in economic terrorism. You want to slap the Americans in the mouth? Just pick up all of your stuff and say, you're not going to do what you signed a treaty? See you later. I don't want nothing from you. Be clear. And I want some answer from this tonight or early in the morning from the press TV, the Daftar. If y'all don't respond to what I'm telling you now, because your weakness and diversion your weakness means that you can't tell the truth because you was part of the treaty. Right? That's not bad. You made a mistake. That's all. You made a mistake about believing the United States of America.
And that's the same thing they said Morsi did. Now they're saying...
Of course it is. Nobody listens to us. Maybe because we niggas. Nobody listens to us. None of the senators, right now, the Americans are cutting their throat. I don't want to go off on a tangent here. Our brothers, the reason they can't mobilize the country because they haven't outgrown their cliquism. See, we pro-al-Faqih, pro-Islam, we pro-Iran. We don't care nothing about their different cliques. We don't care absolutely nothing about their cliques. All of our decisions has been based on what's good for the Islamic Republic of Iran. Maybe that's why it's been correct. But our brothers have built themselves a trap. The trap, okay, first